Lando Norris goes over the line in 4th, less than a 10th of a second separating the top 4 on the road. Lewis Hamilton wants to get out of the bottom 5. As he crosses the line, he goes to 11th. And now it's Hülkenberg, Alonso, Albon, Ricciardo and Zhou in the bottom 5. You can go over the line and start a lap all the way to the checkered flag being waved, but Alex Albon now trying to take the best from his tyres at the end, trying to get through into the next stage of qualifying for the sprint race, and he goes to 15th, which leaves him vulnerable. If Hülkenberg can fight back, he's got the time to knock out Alex Albon. Fernando Alonso over the line with the 11th fastest time. Daniel Ricciardo moves up to 14th position. Sargent, Bottas, Albon, Gasly and Zhou. Here comes Logan Sargent trying to respond. He does respond as off the road we go in the background with Yuki Tsunoda. The yellow flag is out for that driver, and Pierre Gasly finds himself trying to push on as well. He's going to avoid it, I think. Gasly might be able to finish this time here. So Hülkenberg is out, so is Bottas, so is Albon, and now Gasly's trying to get himself into the next stage along with his teammate as well, but it's Gasly in 19th, needs a lap. You can see the gravel in the background there. Gasly finds the time, and now it's Tsunoda on the brink. Daniel Ricciardo is eliminated, and it's Esteban Ocon to find his way through.
This is going to be the replay of it into turn 9. So on his final lap, he ended up right on the cusp. Whoa! That'll do the flat spots then.
Yeah.
The car is all good, but tires.
Understood.
Ricciardo, Hülkenberg, Bottas, Albon and Zhou fall at the first hurdle.
Absolute commitment here. This is actually the body language of the car. It was all looking so beautiful, and then that will have cost him a little bit of time.
And Esteban Ocon, a couple of corners from home. This is what turn 10 looks like on board. And then stand on the throttle, across the line. Where can you go? Can go ahead of Stroll. But you'd expect that given Stroll's moment at that corner. Tsunoda is the next one over the line.
Gasly's going better from 13th without a time on the board. Alonso's going nicely as well. Magnussen has the fastest first sector of anyone in that short first sector, the only Haas remaining. And Sargent's in the mix as well. It's a short lap and they're all gunning it on this final one.
So Gasly over the line, behind his teammate, but ahead of Stroll and Tsunoda. Alonso at a track where he's never really enjoyed this configuration, is behind his teammate, even though his teammate had that moment. That's a strange one. He must have had an error himself on that lap. Magnussen with the fastest first sector of anyone so far. Sargent is 14th. We have one driver yet to put a time on the board. Kevin Magnussen finished as high as 5th here in the Grand Prix in the past, and he gets to the brink of the top 10, but he's half a tenth down.
We had a big slide in the last corner.
Yeah, that looked lively. Yeah.
Yeah, he'd already lost the back end as he was going through the apex.
Great job from Alpine. Again, both cars into the top 10. They're becoming consistent top 10 runners.
Let's get cracking, mate. Everyone's going to send it now.
Better leadership from the cockpit. George wants to go.
George Russell not shy about sharing his opinion.
Look at this. That Alpine, that looks like Gasly right at the back of the field.
Is there a
Leclerc's
problem?
pulling off.
There is a problem for Charles Leclerc, and the yellow flag is flying in the pit lane. They're coasting out of the pit lane, and the winner of the Monaco Grand Prix has come to a halt as everyone else is out there. Has he found a reset? Looks like he has, but he's going to be getting tight now. Meanwhile, we're not looking at the out laps, we're looking at the push laps. Lewis Hamilton, a two-time winner around this circuit. They went out early. You heard George Russell say it's time to get on with this. You can see why some drivers are not going to get a chance, and Hamilton's not going to be too far away from making his way past those pushing on an outlap.
Yeah, sorry, Alex. I just saw he was drifting into turn 3, as it's called, on this lap, and that's cost him some time.
Yeah, he did a really good first sector. Best of the weekend so far. Just beaten now by Piastri by 200ths, but rolled off the brakes there up the hill into the apex of turn 3 and just slithered wide. And that'll cost Hamilton, I'd have thought, quite a lot of time on the run down.
Right, Hamilton will be the first driver to cut the beam. Charles Leclerc is round turn number 9. Leclerc's going to be in trouble. Everyone else did get over the line. Wait to see the checkered flag logo next to Charles Leclerc's name. It means he hasn't got there if he comes across the line. And Hamilton puts a 1:05.270 on the board.
Verstappen's the fastest man now in the first sector, but it's very close between him and Piastri.
Russell goes ahead of his teammate by 0.2 of a second. Charles Leclerc did not make it. There's the checkered flag logo. He's the first driver to take the flag. Now, Oscar Piastri in the McLaren goes ahead of Russell, goes ahead of Hamilton, and it's a 104.9. Can Lando Norris beat that now as he looks to take his third sprint pole, and he's 0.2 of a second ahead of his teammate. McLaren front row as it stands. Into the mix comes Carlos Sainz in the Scarlet Ferrari. He is into fourth position. Can Verstappen respond? You've got a few seconds to wait for your answer. Verstappen gets ahead by less than 0.1 of a second. It's hundredths once again, but it's Verstappen who repays the favour after Spanish Grand Prix qualifying when Norris was ahead of him by 2 hundredths. 9 hundredths separate Verstappen from Norris. They're on the front row again. This time it will be for the sprint. Perez is in 7th, Ocon 8th, Gasly in 9th, and Charles Leclerc didn't get a chance to set a lap time after a problem in the pit lane.
What the hell happened, guys?
We took the anti-stall.
No, thank you, but the anti-stall kind of stopped the engine. The engine switched off. I don't know if you noticed, but there was no engines. Ignition went to off, so I had to redo the whole thing.
Copy box. We'll talk about it inside the garage.
And Max Verstappen, who has won the Grand Prix here as low as 4th. One year he dropped down to 9th on the opening lap, still came back to win. But it's the front of the field for him, it's pole position, and the Orange Army, they are cheering once more.